Hi, it's Cammy. Charlie talks football.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. So we did our last week game week 3 predictions. Now we're doing our game week 4 predictions in the Premier League. Very excited, so make sure to subscribe. Get down below your comments of your predictions as well, and we'll see. Hopefully we can get some right. Now anyway guys, let's get into the video. Now the first game is Luton versus West Ham. Now I think this is probably one of the easiest, predictions we've ever done. West Ham do look good as well, so I'm predicting Luton 1, West Ham 3.
Yeah, I think Luton first home game because their stadium has just opened because they've had some refurbishment work done to meet the Premier League standards. So it's a small pitch. It's the stadium, the seats are right close to the pitch, so it'll be a good atmosphere. But I do think West Ham will have too much for them. I do think Luton will get a goal, like Charlie says, but I think it'll probably be I'll go 2-1 to West Ham for that one.
Okay, so the next game is Sheffield United versus Everton. Now, this is a very interesting game. Everton have just brought in that Portuguese striker, Beto. So I was contemplating between a draw and an Everton win. I'm going to go for a draw. Sheffield United 1, Everton 1, with Everton to get the first goal. Beto.
Yeah, Beto. Yeah, Everton have been really poor, but they've made some signings, haven't they? So it'll be interesting to see how the new player Beto does. I think he scored the other night in the cup for them, which was good for Everton. Sheffield United, I think they'll struggle this year. I don't think the quality of the squad's good enough to stay in the Premier League. But Everton have been really poor as well. So I was thinking maybe a draw for this one, a bit like you, Charlie. But I think that Everton will probably just have enough to beat them.
That's what I did originally think, but then after watching Sheffield United against Man City, I think they might get a goal, and that's why I went with 1-1. But what are you going for?
I'm going to go that it's going to be a 1-0 win of tight, hard-fought victory for Everton.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, on to the next game. Now, the next game is Manchester City versus Fulham. Again, I think this is a pretty easy prediction. You probably know what we're going to go with, but I think it should be an easy win for Manchester City. Fulham haven't been great defensively recently, so I think it's going to be Manchester City 3, Fulham 0.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it'll be 3-0 to Man City. I think Paulina's gone to Bayern Munich.
Yes,
from
he
Fulham.
has.
And so Fulham are looking to bring players in as well. But I think that Man City obviously will have too much for them, and it'll be a comfortable victory, 3-0.
Now, the next game is Chelsea at home against Nottingham Forest. Now, Chelsea been on fantastic form. Nicholas Jackson got his first goal. Looks like he could be a decent player for me. Nottingham Forest, they were unlucky last game against Manchester United, but I think Chelsea are going to be too strong for Nottingham Forest here. I think Forest will get a goal. I'm going to go Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 1.
Yeah, interesting as we record this video now, Brendan Johnson from Forest is actually in London in case he's moved to, is it
Tottenham? Yes.
Could go ahead. So I think it depends on other people comings and goings. But if he's a vital player for Forest, I think Chelsea have started really well. They've got a good manager, Pochettino. He's moulding a new team, a new identity. I expect Chelsea to win. And I think it'll be I do think Nottingham Forest will get a goal. So I think Chelsea will win this one 3-1.
You agree with us, Let's see, we've agreed quite a lot so far. But anyway, guys, on to the next game. Now, the next game is Newcastle versus Brighton. Now, this is where Newcastle didn't have the best result against Liverpool. We are missing Sven Botman. Brighton just signed Ansu Fati, so will he play or not? That is the question. We might actually play, but I've been contemplating. I think it is going to be a draw. I'm going to go for 1-1.
It's a really tough one to pick this, I think, because Brighton, they've got Mitoma and they're doing really well under Roberto De Zerbi. He's a good coach. I think Newcastle have to bounce back. So I'm going to... I could sit on the fence and see a draw like you, but I think Newcastle win this one 2-1, and I think it'll be a tight game.
So the next game is Burnley versus Tottenham. Now, Tottenham, they've got a whole different style of play under their new manager. They look very, very good. And I do expect them to easily cruise past Burnley. I think it's going to be 3-0 to Tottenham. A big win for Tottenham.
3-0, yeah. I think, it's at Burnley, and Burnley, when they played Man City in spells of the game, they did okay, created some chances. But I don't think Burnley will get a goal. I think Tottenham, I'm getting mixed up. I've got Man City on the mind. I think Tottenham will win this one 2-0.
So guys, the next game is Brentford versus Bournemouth, an interesting game. But for me, I think it is going to be a close one, but I think Brentford will win due to the home advantage and how well they've been doing recently. So I'm going to go Brentford 2, Bournemouth 1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game, this one. Bournemouth have got a new manager and they haven't had a great start of the season, but I think Brentford, I agree with you. I think Brentford will just edge it now, go 2-1.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, the next game now, on to the Sunday games. The next game is Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Now, this is a very, very interesting game between two good sides as well. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool have rejected a bid from a Saudi Arabian club. So
yeah, 150 million.
That's interesting. I think it's 100 million.
It's 100 Sky million, Sports said 150.
I've heard it was 100 million, but interesting to see. Anyway, I think this is going to be a close game, but I think it will probably just go Liverpool's way. I'm going to go Liverpool 3, Aston Villa 2. So a lot of goals.
Yeah, Villa's just signed Longley, who was at Tottenham last year, I think, and he's at Barca now. Yeah. So they've got him on loan because of, I think Mings had a bad injury, didn't he, against Newcastle, done his ACL. So I think Aston Villa's a really good team, but I think Liverpool will just have enough, and I think Liverpool will win this one 2-1.
Now, the next game is Crystal Palace versus Wolves. Now, I think, to be honest, this is going to be the hardest game to predict. Two teams who are very sort of similar to each other in sort of every other way, in similar teams and squads. But I think this is going to be really close, but I have a feeling Wolves will edge it and just win 1-0. Yeah. I think they've looked good recently. Palace did create a lot of chances, but struggled to really score. So I think it's going to be close. Palace will probably create a lot of chances, but not take them. So I'm going to go, like I said before, 1-0 Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves have just lost one of their star players, Nunes, to Man City for, I think it was £54 million he's gone there. So I think this will be a tough game for Wolves. They did well in the game against Man United, the opening game of the season, although they didn't get anything from it. But for some reason, I don't know, I think Palace at home, they've got the supporters, they're really noisy. And I think Crystal Palace will just edge this one, maybe 1-0.
I'll tell you something interesting, guys. In a lot of the fixtures that Crystal Palace and Wolves have played, it's always been a 1-1 draw.
Right.
So I was tempted to say 1-1, but I decided to be a bit different and go for a 1-0 Wolves win. So anyway, guys, the next game is Arsenal versus Manchester United. Probably one of the biggest games of the weekend. Yeah. I'm going to ask you this first. How do you think it's going to go?
Well, it's a really difficult one to call this. I mean, Man United have just signed Amrabat on loan and they're trying to get regularly on.
I don't think they have signed
him. They have, yeah. It's just come up on loan. Yeah, just literally before we've done this video, I've seen it. So he's joining. Whether he'll be eligible to play tomorrow on Sunday, I don't know. But
he won't.
I think this will be a really interesting game. I think it could go either way. But because it's at Arsenal, I think they'll just edge it by 2-1.
Well, I was tempted to go with either a draw or an Arsenal win. I think it's going to be Arsenal 2, Man United 2, a 2-2 draw. I was thinking maybe potentially 3-2 to Arsenal, which actually was last time they played at Arsenal. But I think it's going to be lots of goals, 2-2. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Get your thoughts down below in the comments, your predictions. Have we got these wrong? Have we got these right? what are your thoughts as well? We've got Newcastle taking on Brighton on Sunday. I might potentially be doing a live stream to...
Yeah.
Is it Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it is Saturday. I thought it was Sunday. But anyway, guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.